Good evening, everyone. Today's topic is about induction motor. I'm Haritria from Jubilee. Now we'll go into the presentation. First, what is electric motor? An electric motor is an electromechanical device that converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. This mechanical energy can be used to perform work such as rotating a pump impeller, fan, a blower, lifting materials, etc. Then Then we'll see about classification of motors. An electric motors is subdivided into two types. There are alternating current motors and direct current motors. Alternating current motors is further divided into synchronous motors and induction motor. From this, induction motor is divided into single phase motor and three phase motor. Then direct current motors is again divided into separately excited and self-excited motors. Self-excited motors is further divided into series motor, compound motor, and shunt motor. Then we'll see about induction motor. Induction motor is also called as asynchronous motor. It is an AC electric motor in which the electric current in the rotor needed to produce torque is obtained by the electromagnetic induction from the field of the stator winding. An induction motor can therefore be made without electrical connections to the rotor. The induction motor is the most common motors in the industry. It has advantages like it has a simple design, it is inexpensive, it's easy to maintain, it has high power to weight ratio, direct connection to AC power source. Then we'll see about the parts of AC motor. Parts of AC motor. It has stator, rotor, a bearing, a frame, a cooling fan which reduces the heat, a bearing, and a end bracket. Then, the induction motor works on a transforming action. The stator works as a primary and the rotor works as a secondary. The AC motor is also called as asynchronous motor. It has two parts, a stator and a rotor. A stator it is the stationary part of the motor and the rotor is the rotating part of the motor. Stator is in this red color part, which is the stationary part, and the rotor, which is the middle part, which is in cylindrical in shape, it is a rotating part. Then we'll see about stator in detail. This is the diagram of the stator. In this, a stator has three main parts. An outer frame, a stator has three main parts. A outer frame, uh, then a stator core, and the inner windings. The outer frame, it is the outer body of the motor. It protects the inner part of the machine. Then a stator core, built up of high-grade silicon steel. It carries the alternating magnetic field. Then a stator windings. It has three phase windings R, Y, and B. Then we'll see about rotor in detail. There are two types of rotors which are employed in three-phase induction motor. They are squirrel cage rotor and the phase wound or slip ring rotor. First, we'll see about squirrel cage rotor. It This is a squirrel cage rotor. It consists of laminated cylindrical core having semi-closed circular slots at the outer periphery. A copper or aluminum bar conductors are placed in these slots and short circuit at the each end by copper or aluminum rings. It is called as the short circuiting links. Then the rotor winding is permanently short circuited and it's not possible to add an external resistance. In the squirrel cage rotor, an external resistance cannot be added. and the ends are short circuited. They are called as short circuiting rings. Then the rotor slots are not parallel to the shaft but skewed to reduce humming, provide smoother torque for different positions of the rotor, reduce magnetic locking of the stator and the rotor. Then this is the squirrel cage rotor. It has a shaft, then squid lines. Due to the squid lines, it is called as the squirrel cage motor. Then we'll see about phase wound rotor. It has three phases R, Y, and D. Then a rotor frame. These three phases are star connected rotor winding. It has a slip rings and the shaft in the middle. Then a brush and the external star connected rheostat. Hmm. This face-wound rotor is also called a slip ring rotor. It consists of laminated core having semi-closed slots at the outer periphery and carries a three-phase insulated winding. The rotor is wound for the same number of poles as that of the stator. The three finished terminals are connected together to form a star point, and the three star terminals are connected to the three slip rings, which is connected to the shaft. In the squirrel cage motor, no external resistance can be added, but in the face mount rotor, an external star connected hosted can be added. This is the face wound rotor. Then we'll see about the principle of operation of the induction motor. In both induction and the synchronous motors, the AC power supplied to the motor stator creates a magnetic field that rotates in synchronism with the AC oscillations, whereas a synchronous motor rotor runs at the same rate as the stator field. An induction motor rotates at a somewhat slower speed than the stator field. An induction motor stator's magnetic field is therefore changing or rotating relative to the rotor. This induces an opposing current in the induction motor's rotor. In effect, the motor secondary winding when the latter is short circuited or closed through an external impedance. The rotating magnetic flux induces the currents in the windings of the rotor in manner similar to currents induced in the transformer secondary windings. The induced current in the rotor windings in turn create a magnetic fields in the rotor that react against the stator field. The direction of the magnetic field created will be as to oppose the change in current through these rotor windings in agreement with the Lenz's law. Then we'll go about slip. The induction motor always rotates at a speed less than the synchronous speed. The difference between the flux and the rotor speed is called a slip. The difference between the flux and the rotor speed is called as the slip. To calculate the percentage of slip, the formula is ns minus n divided by n into 100. That is flux minus rotor speed divided by rotor speed into 100. Then for calculating slip speed, flux minus rotor speed gives the slip speed. This is the image of the induction motor. It consists of a stator winding, which is the stationary part of the rotor, then a rotor, which is the rotating part of the motor, and a shaft in the middle. which bears the rotor and the bearing, then a end well. The rotor has two rotors and squirrel cage rotor on face wound rotor. Then squirrel cage rotor cannot be connected to the external resistance, but the face wound rotor can be connected to the external resistance. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.